My boss, the chief public defender, Daniel Hartman, slid the thin file across his desk. "Don't waste too much time on this one, Sarah," he said, not even making eye contact. "It's a slam dunk for the prosecution. Just plead him out and move on." The file was for a man named Michael Vance, a homeless veteran accused of robbing a high-end jewelry store. All the evidence pointed to him. It was a career killer of a case. But as I looked at the grainy security footage of the suspect, a man whose face was obscured by a hood, I felt a deep, unsettling pull. It wasn't him. I didn't know how I knew, but I knew. If you have ever been the lone voice of truth in a room full of powerful lies, if you've ever had to risk everything to fight for someone the world had already thrown away, then you know this isn't just a job, it's a battle for a soul. Welcome to Hearts in Uniform. This is the place where we believe the truest uniform is the one worn by those who defend the defenseless. Show your support for every advocate of justice by hitting that like button and subscribe for more stories of the system being held accountable. Now, let me tell you how a forgotten bus ticket and a single arrogant lie allowed me to dismantle a conspiracy that went all the way to the top. My name is Sarah Jennings. For 3 years, I've been a public defender. It's a thankless job. We're underfunded, overworked, and we fight for the people society has forgotten. My client, Michael Vance, was the perfect example. He was a good man who had been chewed up and spit out by life. He'd served 2 tours overseas, came back with scars both inside and out, and ended up on the streets. The cops found him sleeping a few blocks from the robbery with a single stolen diamond necklace in his pocket. He swore he didn't do it, that he'd found it in a dumpster. No one believed him. The case belonged to the city's most ruthless prosecutor, a man named Robert Prescott, a close personal friend of the powerful and influential Sterling family who owned the jewelry store. The patriarch, Harrison Sterling, was a pillar of the community. His son, Julian Sterling, was a spoiled, arrogant brat with a history of trouble that always seemed to disappear. He was a known associate of some very shady characters, a fact my cynical but brilliant investigator, a grizzled ex-cop named Ben Carter, pointed out on day 1. The first thread unravelled when Ben and I went to the crime scene. The official police report, signed by a Detective Miller, said the thief had disabled the high-end security system with professional skill. But when Ben looked at the system's log, he found something odd. The system hadn't been professionally disabled. It had been turned off from inside the store using a manager's key code 10 minutes before the robbery even took place. It wasn't a break-in, it was an inside job. I filed a motion to get the employee list and security access logs. The next day, I got a call from Prosecutor Prescott himself. His voice was smooth as silk and cold as ice. "Miss Jennings," he said, "I highly recommend you accept the plea deal on the table for Mr. Vance. Pushing this further would be unwise for your career." It wasn't advice. It was a threat. That night, I was working late when my boss, Hartman, walked in. He looked nervous. "Sarah," he said, "I heard you're making waves on the Vance case. It's a loser. The Sterlings are major donors to the city. Don't go looking for dragons to slay. Let this one go." Now I knew this wasn't just a cover-up. It was a conspiracy. My own boss was telling me to throw the fight. My fear was drowned out by a cold, righteous fury. I wasn't just defending a client anymore. I was fighting the entire corrupt machine. Ben and I went off the books. We started digging into Julian Sterling. We found he had massive gambling debts owed to a dangerous local loan shark. Suddenly, the robbery made perfect sense. An inside job to pay off his debts with a convenient scapegoat living on the streets. The problem was proof. We had a theory, but nothing solid. The breakthrough came from the most mundane place imaginable: Michael Vance's pocket trash. The police had logged his personal effects when they arrested him. Among the lint and loose change was a single crumpled bus ticket. It was dated for the night of the robbery. The timestamp on it was for 9:15 p.m. The robbery happened at 9:30 p.m. The bus stop where the ticket was issued was on the other side of the city, a 45-minute drive from the jewelry store. It was his alibi. The cops had seen it, logged it, and then completely ignored it. This wasn't just negligence, this was a deliberate frame job. The trial began. It was a nightmare. Prescott was a master showman, painting Michael Vance as a desperate criminal. He presented the necklace found in his pocket. He brought Detective Miller to the stand, who gave a flawless, perjured testimony. I was losing. On the final day of the trial, I called my last witness. It wasn't Julian Sterling. It wasn't his father. I called the Sterling family's chauffeur, a man named Arthur Hayes, to the stand. Prescott objected, but the judge, a stern but fair woman named Judge Peterson, allowed it. I asked Arthur a series of simple questions about his duties. Then I asked him about the night of the robbery. Mr. Hayes, I said, you drove Mr. Julian Sterling home that evening, correct? He agreed. And what time did you drop him off? Arthur hesitated, looking at Harrison Sterling in the front row. Around 10 o'clock, he said. Are you sure? I pressed. Because your car's GPS log, which I have subpoenaed, shows you dropping him off at 9:55 p.m. Is that more accurate? He paled and agreed. Then I played my final card. Mr. Hayes, a young man with a gambling problem, might be tempted to do desperate things. A man like that might even stage a robbery of his own family's store. But he would be smart enough to create an alibi, wouldn't he? Prescott was on his feet, screaming objections. But I continued, my voice ringing through the silent courtroom. He might, for instance, go to a movie on the other side of town. But he would need a way to get back downtown to the store after the movie to discover the robbery. A bus would be too slow. He might call his trusted chauffeur for an off-the-books pickup, wouldn't he? I watched as every drop of blood drained from Arthur's face. He knew he was caught. Harrison Sterling was staring daggers at him. Mr. Hayes, I said, my voice now soft. Perjury is a felony. Lying to protect a guilty man will land you in prison. Look at me. Did you or did you not pick up Julian Sterling from a movie theatre at 9:15 p.m. on the night of the robbery? The courtroom held its breath. Arthur looked at Julian, then at me. He broke. Yes, he whispered. He called me. He told me not to tell anyone. Chaos. The case against Michael Vance imploded on the spot. He was exonerated. The subsequent investigation led to the arrest of Julian Sterling, Detective Miller, and a federal probe into Harrison Sterling's financial ties to the prosecutor's office. My boss, Hartman, was forced into an early retirement. I didn't become a hero. I just did my job. I upheld the oath I swore to defend the defenseless, no matter the cost. And some nights, when the system feels too big and too broken, I remember Michael Vance walking out of that courtroom a free man. And I know the fight is worth it. So I have to ask you, and this is a question that goes to the heart of who we are. When you are faced with a choice between what is easy and what is right, what do you do? What is the one line you would never cross? The one principle you would risk everything to defend? I truly want to know. Share your line in the sand in the comments below. Your conviction could be the inspiration someone else needs to hold theirs. And if you believe that one person, armed with the truth, can indeed make a difference, show your support by hitting like and subscribe to Hearts in Uniform. Thank you for being a part of the fight.